I hope you're ready for more Napoleonic action. We're back playing NTW3, and this is another competitive match between two different clans here. This is going to be a lot of fun, and there's plenty of French aggression. Is it going to be too much aggression, or will it be just enough? You'll find out in today's battle. Now, the two clans that are going to be fighting, we have Hiller versus Izmailovski, and I'm so sorry if I butchered that. You can see all the info right here. The coalition will be led by the Hiller clan. That involves Spain and the Great Britain, and this is during the 1809 Peninsular Campaign, and they have 35 points. What that means is that they can select from corps that fought in that campaign. So again, you're going to see Spain and the UK teaming up. And, of course, they're taking on, well, the Imperial French, the French Empire. So, guys, this is going to be a juicy one. Get your snacks, get your drinks, and let's see who's going to win this battle. All right, guys, here we go on the battlefield. And, of course, we're starting off with some scouting by the French and the coalition forces. Mostly Spanish cav, and my goodness, they are taking out, you know, the Spaniards, they're known for their skill for horsemanship, so they're definitely going to be bringing a lot of cav to the battlefield. Pretty cool to see. France is going to have to probably use their cav a little defensively here. I got the map here very large so we can get a good picture of what these teams need to do to win this one. Well, this is LOC, and what that means is that whoever has control of most of the buildings, they will win the battle. Now, since there's no number next to these buildings, usually there's like a number on the minimap that represents how many points it's worth. They're all worth 1 point. So it's all going to come down to who has the most at the end of the day. Here comes the UK. They've got some cav nearby. Looks like France wants a piece of that roast beef, as they call the British, les roast beef, with more of a French accent. Anyways, yeah, they've got some cav nearby ready to go in. So yeah, if we're looking at the mini map, it's kind of divided by an angle, a triangle, guys. It's divided in the corners here, diagonally. Why am I so stupid? It's a diagonal line, all right, that divides the map. Okay, I'm just so stupid. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see. It's really going to come down, I think, these clusters right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4-ish buildings nearby. It's really these three that are close by. So I imagine the fight is going to mostly take part here where my cursor is. So just keep that in mind. And just another reminder, the blue side, so represented by the blue squares on the mini-map, is the coalition. And it's the team, the Hiller. The Hiller team is the coalition. And the French Imperial Army is the Izmailovski. You know, it's funny. None of these teams, like, I get it. It's the Napoleonic era. Oh my gosh. I can't, you know what? Today, I'm just giving up. I can't talk today. It's the Napoleonic era. And, it's the Napoleonic era. And I get why people pick, like, very interesting names for their team name. But, like, why didn't anybody pick, like, we're the Bears? Or, we're the Dolphins. We're Team We're Crimson Chins. You know, it's just everybody's picking like general names and stuff like that, and corps and stuff. Anyways, let's go back over here. There is a little bit of a tussle. I think this is going to be our first engagement, first cav engagement. So we got the chasseur à cheval, and they're trailing a Spanish cav. Looks like a fairly militia-y. I wish I knew what it was. It doesn't say in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this this map here. They're gonna turn back and face them. I think they realize that they have no escape, so they're just gonna turn and fight. Oh wait, they might break the French there. I don't know if it's because they got a little bit of that charge bonus, but the French are like, oh, psych, you know, like, oh, it's like somebody call an ambulance. Not for me, for you. You know, it's like a good little turn of events there. Good charge. But the French are making sure that they don't get away with this. And they're sending 2 extra units of cav to just get this. I think this was a vanguard cav unit potentially. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just really far out here, trying to get behind the French as as they move forward. So they just want to make sure they don't have to deal with any cav sneaking up behind them. So let's look at the French formations here, kind of with their armies. Now they've deployed in 2 sections, and the maps are different, in terms of deployment. I think 2 armies deployed up here and 2 armies deployed over here. So there's a little bit of a divide between the deployment zones. I think they're going to come together eventually, though, obviously. But the French are kind of shifting more. I guess this would be from his position just northward, kind of right north. So they're just shifting a lot of troops. I think they're going to try to overwhelm this far flank. We do have an artillery piece from Spain trying to unlimber. They're going to limber up. Because that's telling me that they don't have the I can't talk today. It's over for me. I gotta find a new profession. No, they don't have enough support to keep that artillery in that position. So the French are definitely going to use I can imagine an aggressive approach here with all these forces. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Let's go back over to this side, and again, things are going really slow on this front. We're seeing some more French infantry advance forward, probably trying to potentially attack this building here. They want to try to take control of it. They already technically, not officially, but pretty much control this building. They just got to put someone in it. And then the British, actually the Spanish, are setting up a defensive line protecting this little farmhouse here. So this is a cool one to defend because your troops actually go to the walls and they hold it and they fire through it. So it's always fun to see them hold there. Hopefully we see a little bit of that action. All right, here we go. Finally, we got a little infantry on infantry, what everyone was waiting for. Not the Spanish, the British, the coalition forces have kind of set up a little bit of a defense on this hill. They popped off some shots, and then they're disengaging. The French are disengaging as well. They just didn't like the positioning there. I think they're going to try to focus most of their attention crossing this little stream or street or whatever the hell this is, and then pushing maybe through the buildings there. The elevation is a little bit better for the French positioning on that side. Back in the center, this is the center forces. There is a sizable Spanish army, Spanish corps that is marching through here, and all that really stands here is 1 unit of cav. I don't really see anything else because remember, this replay is in the perspective of the French side, so we can see all their forces. We cannot see the coalition. So it does look like they're planning a somewhat aggressive assault here in the center to possibly divide the French and put a wedge between them. And the French, I think they see that coming. They're actually quickly maneuvering many units right now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units that are making their way towards that center position. I think they realize, oh, this is not good. Like, we need to defend and make sure we link up here. We don't want to get cut off and split up and, singled out. You don't want to get focused down. And it looks like the other side, the French are sending over some units as well, along with some artillery. So they're gonna converge on the center. The Spanish will be interesting to see if they actually push here through the tree line. If they do, they could be in trouble because they might get closed in on big French forces that are going to hit them from the left and the right. Back over this way, the French look like they're kind of they're taking a defensive stance. They're going to use the river to kind of give them a little bit of extra support to slow down the enemy's attack if they do attack. And they set up a artillery piece, they set up an artillery piece, and they are going to just harass the enemy. It appears they're gonna. Good shots on the cav, actually ripping through multiple lines and taking out multiple cav units. So he's gonna just harass them. He is crossing the river over here and setting out some units. So maybe we'll see him kind of go wide and swing in and kind of use this as an anvil and this as a hammer So yeah, this has definitely been a slower start kind of battle, guys. We have not seen any major engagements, just a couple cav units, a couple artillery, some pop shots here and there, but no full commitment to an actual battle line or an actual, like, front line between the two forces. And the French, they're falling back over here. They're a little concerned of the British cav that is just, flirting from the flank. And we'll see if they make a move with that. I don't think they will. I think they're just scouting what the French have. The French army just feels like it's all shifting. See, you can kind of see from a bird's eye view. It's all shifting to the right, towards the center, because I think they're worried about the Spanish actually going aggressive here and putting up an assault in that center position. Now we've got some Spanish artillery set up here, guys. And we can see them because, well, they're making a lot of noise. And they are, they got some great uniforms here. My goodness. I don't know. This is a nice uniform. I gotta say, this is one of the finer artillery uniforms I've ever seen. I love that deep, dark blue with the, with the burgundy red. It looks really, really fresh. They got the gold buttons as well. The black hats with the gold trim. This looks nice. I mean, yeah, that's a nice uniform. If I was in the Spanish army, I'd be going for the artillery. Honestly, I'm probably too stupid to be artillery, but yeah, the uniforms look really good. Spanish have some good uniform. These guys have something similar. You can't go wrong with the red, white, and blue, right? So yeah, they look good. They look really good. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes by these uniforms. Here we go. So we got a nice little volley there. A little, again, pop shot. They do a volley. They fall back. The Spanish able to answer back to that volley before they could get away. The French do take some casualties there. And it does appear that this battle is about to really pick up in the center. That seems to be where most of this fighting is going to take place. And like I said, no surprise. The fighting, if you look at my mouse cursor in the minimap, the fighting is mostly going to be here, I think. Trying to take control of these buildings. Let's go over to the far right side. And this is the French actually giving up their defensive position and moving forward. Maybe it's because they're concerned about the center. Maybe they feel like the Spanish have a lot of troops in the center position, and they feel like they can cause a disturbance in the Spanish kind of battle lines if they get really aggressive on this far flank. They're also pushing infantry across the river over here. Again, this is still the right side. It's not as far right as these forces over here, but still very, very much the right side. And we'll see what they may come about, what they might find here waiting for them. Again, lots of cav. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of cav. That is, potentially could be a deadly force if they catch some of the French out of position. They are marching very aggressively. And I like to see it. I like to see the aggressive French. And here we go, guys. This is what I'm talking about. The moment we've been waiting for. We actually have a fight here. So we got some French lights, some skirmishers. Very close, a little too close to the Spanish infantry. And they're going to chew up those lights. I don't know what the French are doing. They need to get out of there. Absolutely get out of there. And then now the French are pushing a core of forces. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units with artillery right up the gut between these set of trees. Here comes a cav charge. Look at this. Hussars, I believe. Yeah, Hussars charging out of the woodwork and getting these lights. That was a well-timed ambush there. But again, I'm questioning why he's sending up these lights. Maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he's just like trying to scout and he's not concerned if he loses them. Maybe they're super cheap lights. I don't know, but they just lost them in a matter of seconds there. Well-timed cab charge from the tree line. I love to see that from Team Hiller. And now the ferocious fighting is about to take place. Here comes France. They're going in for a charge. They got some dragoons going in, but they're trotting now through the tree line. What are they doing? What are you doing? This infantry. Wow, this infantry looked like they're. What? Oh. Okay. They're going to get a shot off and then go into square. This is a nightmare situation for this cav. Like, get them out of there. That is not a winning engagement. All right, let's see what else. Let's see. This is, oh yeah, things are really popping up. Now the French have the Spanish artillery completely out of position. Oh no, why did they cut off the, okay, yeah, commit. It might have been because they're limbering up and it just kind of like confused them for a second. What is happening? Destroy the, what? Are they not going to attack? What is, it must have been a glitch. It has to be a glitch. Over here, we got a cav engagement. This, again, is the far right, guys. Remember, red represents the French and blue represents the coalition. Okay, that was some interesting turn of events. They do destroy the artillery. So if you're worried they didn't get that done, they did. So that was really good on the French there. That's one of the, like, oh, here comes a big charge in the center, guys. Oh, yeah, it's really picking up now. We got some chasseurs cheval going in, attacking and trying to disrupt the Spanish formation. It looks like it's being pretty disrupted right now. We got French infantry getting very close to their enemies to get some nice, clear, easy shots. A lot of the infantry is in square formation, so this is going to be the advantage for French because they're going to be in line formation, which is a much better firing formation. Now, they're in square because of the cav charges. You can see another French unit in square formation. They've got some cav nearby to support them. It looks like the French potentially could have gone in for, or they were thinking about it, but they're gonna, oh, they're gonna hold that formation. Oh, this is a mess, guys. Look at this. The French now pushing around the tree line, and they're getting around the Spanish troops, and this is just crumbling for Spain. This is not looking good for the Spanish forces. Look at this aggressive play by the Imperial Army. It is quite awesome to see, and they're doing a great job here. They have taken control of the center. Let's do a bird's eye view of the fight. We haven't seen much British yet in this fight, and we are starting to see their units, and they are starting to focus their attention near this center side that is starting to collapse. They've got to stop the bleeding and stop this French push. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of line infantry, and the French are ready for them as they open fire. They actually hit a pop shot, and then they're going to fall back. And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units are breaking. You got one brave unit that's trying to hold the line. But yeah, I can't imagine them staying in the fight much longer. And there it is. A massive break for the Spanish. Okay, guys, there's a lot going on. Let's get a bigger picture of this fight and see what ground has been conquered by the Imperial Army. Now, remember, the French used to be like over here. They shifted over and are now focusing their point of attack in the center, which is paying off. The British are kind of closing in on this left flank. And then on the right flank, it looks like the French have begun pushing as well. I think they've slowed down their assault, but they have begun pushing this side, and it is not looking, it looks pretty good for the, it looks better for the Spanish over here. They've got their men ready. They've got artillery in a good position, so ready, you know, to support the infantry. They've got a couple units in the tree line. I don't know how long he's going to hold here. He's actually advancing a unit. So this is kind of alone up here fighting, taking on this French assault. But yeah, they're gonna get some shots off there. Let's go back over to the center because, yeah, look at this, guys. This just looks like a disaster. Now we've got Spanish cav trying, again, this is them trying to stop the bleeding, and they're going to charge in their cav. We got dragoons, it looks like. Potentially dragoons. We've got some British cav that looked like they were going to commit, but they decided to fall back. And then we've got, oh man, a big bayonet charge. I think the French, they smell blood. They smell blood, and they want to try and just keep, like, don't lose the momentum. Keep pushing. Keep trying to, you know, break this Spanish army in two. The Spaniards here are holding, look at them, holding with their glorious flag, trying to maintain their position, and it looks like they might actually hold here on this front. But on the flank, this is trouble. They need to stop this yeah, they got to fall back. These men up here are going to get swallowed whole by the French flanking forces. They got to fall back and reorganize their lines. Look at the streaming of breaking troops from the Spanish. The Spanish need to recover their lines. This is a mess right now. This is a massive French aggressive push, and it is paying off very well for the French. But eventually the push will sizzle out, I think. They need to, I think the French, even the French are going to have to regroup here, because it's going to get to a point where it's so chaotic, your men will start to lose morale because you're not in the proper formation. The Spanish need to regroup. They're trying to deal with the French cav that has been nothing but a thorn in their side this whole battle, constantly forcing their, the Spanish infantry to form square, and it's providing an opportunity for the French infantry to move up and get their line infantry into the fight. Man, what a struggle this is. Did they break that French cav? Yes, they did. They held, and I think they finally stopped the bleeding. This is where they need to push up some reserves, plug the gaps, and make a new battle line, and I think that's about what's going to happen. But a great push by the French. Now, they still need to take this building here, which is still in the coalition's control, but it was a start. It's a great start, and let's see how this turns out. Let's see if the coalition can recover from this. Now, while that's going on, we've got British cav going in for a charge, going for some artillery. The artillery knows it because it fired a round into this unit. Are they going to not defend it? Oh, did they break? They broke! Oh, man! They just didn't have the stomach to complete the charge. Remember, that artillery did land a hit. That probably saved that artillery right there. They need to protect that. Here's the French cav, but it would have been too late if they didn't break. So that was a good play by both sides, really. Just unlucky for the coalition side as the units broke there. And look at this aggressive push by the French. Look at all these units closing in. Look at all this, guys. And now the British, they've had enough. They're like, come on, Spaniards. Come on, hold. We're here. We're here to help. Gotta love the English or British uniforms. They definitely are unique looking, relative to the other armies. All right, here comes another big cav push. Look at this, man. Dragoons going in and just being relentless. Now, you got to be careful with the cav usage here, because I've seen it many times where someone will be aggressive with their cav, but when it comes to late game, they no longer have cav. And that's a huge disadvantage, especially near late game. So you got to make sure you kind of preserve your cav here. But they are certainly disrupting. Here comes another one. They are disrupting the Spanish formations. They try to form square. They do. They're going to repel this French charge. And back over this way. They're still fighting the French. It looks like they're losing to this French cav. Got infantry in the thick of the fight as well. This is just nuts. Let's go look on this side where the French are actually falling back. The Spanish are holding their ground. This would be, from the Spanish perspective, this would be the left flank, the right flank for the French. They're actually holding quite well, and I think it's a lot to do with the artillery they have positioned here. Okay, cav's falling back. We got some Spanish lights. Got some Spanish infantry just holding back. They might be able to win here. They have to win here. The Spanish have to win here. Considering the struggles of what's going on this side, I mean, I can't even do proper commentary. You might be thinking, when can you? But I can't do proper commentary because it's just, there's so much going on that I think the best thing I could do is just show you what's happening. It's a mess. It's a mess. You got French here, Spanish there, cav there. It's just a big fat mess right now. And I think we need more Spanish units over here. Here comes the Spanish charge. They're going to try to give a little taste of the French medicine here. Give them a taste of their own medicine. They do break a unit. That's pretty big right there. Again, anything they can do to slow down this Imperial army's advance. They need to do it. And it does appear that they're going to halt the French, and the French are going to have to reorganize their forces. Let's do another bird's eye view, guys, and check out this fight. So we've got the French artillery here. They are still set up on the kind of the flank of the British. We got one cav unit just kind of probably just zoning out any French cav. We also have a random infantry unit. Again, probably zoning out any potential British cav that could charge in. Back over this way, it's still a mess in the center. We still have cav all over the place. But it does feel like things are going to calm down a little bit. It's tough to say. The Spanish cav are now wanting to ruffle some feathers for the French. Again, giving them a taste of their own medicine. Being very aggressive with this cav. Let's see if the French can withstand such a charge. It does appear that they are making some progress. We got some defending French cav, some hussars trying to protect the infantry. They do their job, and the Spanish do break. We've got artillery set up here now. Ooh, we got some nice artillery. Ooh, using canister shot and killing his own men. That's tragic. I would be very disheartened to see that if I was like some random infantry guy, like part of this unit. I look back behind me and I see artillery shooting our own guys. I'd be like, dang, that sucks. I don't really want to fight no more. All right, British Cav going in, coalition. They're going for the artillery. They're probably going to run through these lights. We got to do it quick. The lights, I think the French threw their lights in here as a sacrificial unit, and it works. It slows them down enough to where they lose stomach, and wow, what a great job of keeping this artillery alive. We're going to use canister shot. I think originally they were going to use canister shot on that cav unit, but they break it, so it's kind of useless now. So they're going to switch back to the round shot and go after the line infantry. And yeah, guys, it's finally simmered down. The dust has settled between these two forces, and you can see what's left behind is a field of dead horses and dead soldiers just scattered everywhere. And you can see the leftovers, the echoes of the struggle that just happened, you know, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. These battles are very long, so yeah, these struggles can go on for a while. So yeah, it's definitely going to come down to this. It's a battle for control of this farmhouse right here. It feels like the center of the universe is right here, guys, and everybody's closing in on it. So we'll see what the French could do. The French are very much on the attack. Now, let's just, while the battle kind of slows down here a little bit, let's look at just in terms of areas of control, what buildings are in the areas of control for both sides. I would say for the British, they've got control, of course, of this building. They might not really. Honestly, it feels like the French. Yeah, I feel like the French. Well, the Spanish are coming. The Spanish do not want to give up this position. I don't know. It's tough to say. I'll say this building's up in the air. And then I would say this is under control of the British or the coalition. This one very much up in the air. Yeah, I would say the majority. I don't know. Let's see. It's going to be tough to say. A lot of the times it comes down to the last final few minutes of this battle to see who controls what building, because they'll like rush over whatever they have left to go take control of it. But yeah, it's going to come down to the wire, guys. These battles are always so excellent. I love these fights. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Spanish infantry engaging with the French. The French are closing in, guys. Getting very close to these troops. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess they want to get their bayonets juicy. They want to get them covered in blood. And they're going to charge in and break the Spanish there. Well, look at that. Must be a lower tier unit. Oh, wow. The French are dominating the Spanish here. Now, the Spanish are sending up reinforcements. Again, they don't want to lose control of this area. So they're going to try to countercharge, and they actually do pull it off. These guys look elite. Are these the, like the Walloon Guard? Or maybe not. I wish I was better at identifying the units without seeing the names. Now we got Spanish Cav going in as well, trying to, like, halt the retreat. Like, guys, stop. Stop falling back. Stand your ground. And then the Cav's like, you know what? Okay, I get it. Let's get out of here. This is not going well. Their morale is plummeting. The Spanish are now making a defensive position around this building. They've got artillery over here as well. So they're sending a lot, but the tragedy of this is that I think they got too aggressive and their army got out of position. They should have waited to consolidate their forces, then go in. But I get it. There's a lot of French forces over on this side, and this is a fight. This is a struggle for this building over here. So that's a huge loss for the coalition. And now the French have decided to consolidate their forces in the tree line. Look at this. So they're holding back. You know why? I think they're just like, why? What's the point of charging in when we don't have to? Because we are controlling the map right now. And I think they're going to go for the buildings that are on the fringe part of the battlefields. Like right over here, we've got a battle of lights, and then we got some infantry closing in as well. And they're going to make this a lopsided skirmish. Yeah, they're going to fall back. So I think France is just going to focus their attention on the buildings on the outskirts and just gain control of them and not engage the center, because that is where the coalition has concentrated most of their forces. So again, why risk trying to engage with that when it's going to be a losing fight when you can win on the flanks? And that is 100% what is happening. But Spain is definitely not going to go out quietly here. They're going to make it a very difficult challenge for France to take this. France going in with some cav, but they get locked up in a square formation. I think Spain has this on lockdown, really. He's got cav now charging in. France is going to get probably annihilated here. Got some Polish-French units, I believe. No, maybe. Are those Polish? I don't think so. But yeah, great charge. Good job, Spain. I really like what he's doing with this artillery. What is this? What is this? Okay, there we go. So yeah, it was frozen because I think what happens if players pause the game during the battle, it pauses it for the replay as well. And it looks like it's starting to rain, guys. You see the rain coming down? Nice light drizzle to keep the soldiers cool, but it will make the the gunpowder moist, which might cause some misfiring. But France is using the buildings for cover. I like that, kind of using that to protect his men from the artillery, and they might close around, they might swing around and try to get this building from the other side, kind of nullifying or canceling out this artillery, making it not as effective from this position. But this artillery is going to try to get some hits nonetheless. Now back over here, look at this. Spain is dispersing. Spain is dispersed. This is what I'm talking about. France was like, hey, we're not going to go in and charge. Let's wait for Spain to do something about the buildings that are being lost right now. All right, there we go. France has they've officially put a unit in this building. So that's 1 point officially for them. And this battle right here is going to be so critical. I think this might determine the battle. You never know. But every building counts, you know? So we'll see what France does. I think this is a great play by them to kind of use this. And look at this. Look at this. Spain's crossing the bridge, the little land bridge, and they're going into the town, and nobody's really waiting for them. I mean, if you quickly set up your artillery there and fired down that road, you'd get a ton of kills, but you know, easier said than done. France is already on the move. What are they doing? It looks like they're going for the tree line here. Interesting. Why is that? Actually, he is sending some units over this way. Grenadiers. Oh, he's going in with the Grenadiers. He is charging with the Grenadiers. This is their expertise. This is what they've trained to do. Look at that. They just knocked the door down. Look at that. You see that? They used the butt of their gun to knock it down. And now the Grenadiers are going in with a bloody melee. And we've got some French cav. It looks like the French cav was thinking about charging, but they formed square. And now we have infantry supporting them. And we'll see if now they're going in for another charge. And that forces them into square again. That was a well-timed charge by France. That was awesome. But yeah, let's see if the Grenadiers have enough to take this one. I think they do. I think that was a well-timed bayonet charge by those Grenadiers. That the balance of power is pretty even, but slightly in favor of the French as they fight on here. This is epic. Epic struggle. Oh. Dang, guts him and then hits him. That was awesome. Oh, he's like, that is for killing my brother. He's like, please, no. Ah, silent, dog. Oh, man, I love the fights. Yeah, it's a close battle, guys. It's a close battle. The French did a great move right there. This is a really good job. Now they're flanking around. And there's really nothing waiting for the French on this push over here. They might be able to get this artillery out of position. The artillery is actually moving closer to this flanking French infantry push. Let's go back over this way where the French have decided to leave the forest and once again begin the assault on the center. And I think they're going to take their time here. They're not going to get too aggressive, and they're just going to keep the coalition forces busy in the center as they continue to gain buildings over here. As they continue to gain structures, buildings, points. Here comes another bayonet charge. They're trying to clear the streets. Clear the streets, and they do it. They do it, and they're going to take control of this little town. They still have 3 units of Spanish forces over here. Oh, boy, these guys are walking. Oh, there it is. It's official. That's 2 points right there. 2 points in control of the Spanish, or the French, the Imperial Army. The Spanish, though, they're still here. The French still have to take care of them, but you know what they're thinking? Who cares? We don't have to finish them off. We control the house. We control the building, right? So we don't need to worry about that. But the Spanish are sending over some cav units, potentially shock, surprise the French forces, and maybe cause a chain rout. The French are waiting for it, though. Maybe not. Did the French just slaughter this artillery unit? No. This is the artillery unit, right? Because remember the Spanish were moving artillery towards the French? I don't remember. There's a lot going on in these battles. Let's see. Oh, a cav charge into the Spanish artillery. It's not enough to break them. Good move by the Spanish to act accordingly and keep this artillery unit alive. So good on them. And now we got infantry closing in. I don't know if he was counting on that cav charge to take out the artillery. But now they've got to worry about it, and they got to make sure they don't clump up their troops because this artillery is about to fire into them. But it's just one, I think it's just one cannon. No, it's 2 cannons. 2 cannons. They could probably take them out pretty quickly if they get some line infantry to do a volley on them. They'll probably break. Again, the center is being very slow here, very passive. Not a big deal. We've got some British forces kind of hanging out at this building. Looks like they're going to take control of this building.
Our men are running.
So potentially the British have this building. They most likely have this building, so that's 2. And then the coalition has this building. That's 3. That's 3 buildings under their control. The French have 2 buildings under their control right now. And we can assume that they will have this building right here as well, this far one. So that's going to be 3v3. We're at a tie right now. We're at a tie. So someone needs to get 1 more building. And now the French are trying to cut off the retreat of these Spanish forces. Look at this. They're going to go in for a charge. They form square formation. Oh, wow. And look, they're going to join forces with this other side because we got French forces charging on the other side. Wow, Spain is really out of position here. Look at this. Look at all these troops clumped up. Look at all these troops clumped up. What is Spain doing right now? I think he just got caught out. Look at this. This is a mess, and he's going to go in for a charge. And oh my gosh. This is a huge blunder for the coalition. What was he thinking? What was going on there? That's a huge loss. And France is rushing the Spanish with lesser troops because he got them completely out of position. And I don't know if... What? I mean, I guess he didn't see it coming. He did not see it coming. Now we got Cav charging in, trying to go for the final kill. He might be going for the Spanish general over there. That's the general, right? Oh, yeah, that's the general. There he is. Look at him. He's all fancy looking. Man. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall back. He's gonna clean up all these Spanish troops. Wow, that's like half an army gone. That sucks. That really sucks for the Spanish. And now the line infantry just chewing up what's left of that army. And it's really not much. Yeah. Yeah, that is huge. That is huge. Guys, I mean, we might just see a victory based on just total domination. I mean, it's tough to say how much. There's 17 minutes left. So, it's possible. But I don't know what the coalition's going to do. They got to regroup here. This tree line. Remember, they still technically could control these buildings here. We saw some British units marching from here, but I think they control these two, and then plus the third one here. Yep, they got a unit inside, so they officially control this one. But they got to make sure they have enough troops to hold these buildings. Now Spain is using some lights here. That's actually being very effective, breaking a good chunk of the French. The French don't want to get too carried away. You know, maybe just let these guys run. Just set up a line. Deal with these lights over here. They're definitely a problem. They've taken control of this building, and they've got artillery over here for some reason, just focusing down this one unit. Using canister shot, but I don't think that's really going to do anything to these guys. So, yeah, Spain's going for this building with one unit here. One unit. And I think this is their kind of last desperate hope to try to gain control of this building. And, oh, yeah, what a mess. Okay, hold on, though. Hold on. We've got the British coming over with cav, and France is pretty spread out here. They are tired, too, on pursuing the breaking Spanish. So, oh, nice. Yeah, they're going to maybe break this French cav and maybe break this French infantry. No, they're not. The French infantry's in square. They're just running right through the square formation, which is kind of hilarious. And that's going to most likely cause this British unit to break. We got an epic duel going on down here. A couple of these guys are fighting. Look at them. Taking on these green uniformed cav units. And yeah, there it is. They broke that. It could have been a good charge there. It just didn't really lead to anything there. And the British are now having to send over reserves to try to stop the bleeding here and hold back this French flank, which is attacking very aggressively here. They've got multiple units closing in. Even some cav. Oh no, this is infantry. My goodness, the French have infantry all the way back here. It's nuts. And they are going to break to this British cav. So good job there, UK. So let's see if the British can hold. Let's see if they can. Oh man, I don't know. This is feeling very grim for the coalition. It looks like the coalition has been defeated over here as well. The Spanish did go in for a bayonet charge, but it is... Oh my gosh, that guy just Super Saiyan punched like half the regiment. You see that? One guy just knocked back like 30 men. That was hilarious. But these men are breaking. And they've taken control of another building. So this is the far side building. They've got some troops going in there. So there you have it. That's one. And then you got two here. And then you have three. And all they really have to do is take number 4 here, which is crumbling. I mean, totally crumbling. And look at this, like, checkered formation of the French. It's not really checkered, but it slightly feels checkered. Formation of the French as they move in. The British, whatever they have left, they're trying to stop the bleeding here and hold back the French. The French, do they have anything to attack this building? They don't necessarily have to go for the building. We got this cool formation of, you know, infantry with light infantry. It looks like they're going to maybe move and push over here. I'm not really sure, but they could also send some units to take the building here. But I assume the British are defending it. So it might be their best bet to try to gain this building here. And once they take this building, all they have to do is hold. They don't even have to pursue Lu Bu. No, they don't have to pursue the coalition. And the coalition, I think they know that, and they honestly, they just got to draw the line in the sand right here. They got to make their stand right here. This is it, do or die. Because if they lose this, it's over. If they can hold on to it until the timer's out, I think it's a draw because they'll both have... Let's make this bigger. I think they'll both have buildings. Nice little charge here. Look at this by the coalition. Nice surgical charge. Very tactical there. And they do break them. And the British cav might be able to get out of this without breaking. Yes, they will. That was huge right there. I mean, taking out an artillery piece. I know the battle feels a little lopsided at this point, but that was pretty big. Anything that you can get. These Spanish troops need to just clear the way because they're affecting the British who are trying to make a stand here. They're trying to make a stand. Now the French, they got some troops that are maneuvering around. I think they're going to try to get behind the British stand. Can the British hold on? These troops are fresh, I assume. I really haven't seen the British infantry fighting too much. Now they form square because we got some French cav charging in. And now the French are going to close in with some bayonets. Oh, no. I think they're going to break them. Oh, the general shows up to give them morale. Look at that. Hold on. You dogs, hold. And the British cav charges in and breaks another French unit, and they're going to pinball around and support the British. Wow, these are great plays by the British player. And they are doing everything they can to break the French here, but will it be enough? We'll find out, guys. I mean, they're certainly putting up a stand. They're putting up a fight. You got to give them that. Okay, the French, you know what they might be doing? They might say, you know what, screw it. We're not going for this building. We're going to go all the way over here and take, we're going to take this building here. I think that's their plan. Yeah, I think that's their plan. They're just going to move and take this building that's probably lightly defended by the British and just kind of let the French and British kind of battle it out over here to the bitter end. Because look at 1, 2, 3 units in this little farmhouse. You see that? The Spanish are not going to give this up easily, and the French realize that, and that's why they're shifting down, and they're going to go take this building here. They've got 10 minutes to do it. This is really cool, the way this is turning out. Now, the British might actually win here. This is the funny thing. The British might actually win, but it doesn't matter because the British will be so weak at this point that they are not going to be strong enough to take any buildings. I don't think so. I really don't think so. So again, even if the British, and they did some great plays here, props to the British player. If he wins this and he does indeed break the French, which it might actually be, especially with the support of this building, they're firing out on this building, shooting the flank of the French. If they beat this French force, I don't think it's enough because they're going to have to travel. There's 2 units defending this. I mean, it's tough, guys. It's tough to take these buildings when they're strategically defended. You need a lot of troops to deal with it. That's why it was so impressive to see the French do that well-timed bayonet charge and got in there and took it with some grenadiers. So, good on the British for this fantastic stand. But I think what they're going to have to do now is try to preserve the draw, preserve the tie, and travel all the way with their reserves to defend this building because the French are coming. And if they take this building right here, they will be victorious. So I think what I'm going to do here, guys, because this is just very much a little just slugfest here of the last remaining units. Well, the French are trying to hold on. They're falling back. They're getting away from this building. And they're keeping the British busy. Man. There is some Spanish units coming back. They should probably shift them over. The British are also moving a unit here, interestingly enough. Oh, are they going to... Oh, no. This build... Okay, okay. I think the French sent a random unit to go scout and see if this building was taken. It has been taken. No surprise there. Yeah, they just got to take this building. They got to take the building. They've got 8 minutes to do it. And if the coalition can hold and protect what they have, it's a tie. 1, 2, 3 against 1, 2, 3. So right now the coalition is fighting for a draw, and the French are fighting for a 1-point victory. You know, 1 point more over their opponents. This is quite the ending here. And look at the coalition break. This is pretty tough to watch. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll edit it, and we'll get to the point where the French make an assault on this building. It won't be too long because they only have 7 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, here's the moment of truth. So the French are actually going to be attacking 2 buildings at this point now. So they've got what's left of that fight here. They've just abandoned the fight in the center, and they're now making a move for this building here. Be sure to check the mini-map. Oh, wait, they took a building? Wait, did the French take this? Hold on, let me make this bigger. Oh, the French just took this. The French... That was anticlimactic. Yeah, the French just went in and took it. And that is why that British unit that we saw earlier was moving down this way to counter it. He needs to charge these guys in. Look at that. I don't know. It looks even, but it okay, there they go. The British are not going to give up too easily. And then the French have begun their assault over here. They got artillery. They're getting super close. I think what they're going to do is get them in. They're gonna set up grape shot and just kind of grape shot the building because it doesn't do as much damage. Because remember, if you destroy the building, the point goes to your opponent. You don't want to do that. The British are fighting hard for this building, guys. It's coming down to this building. And they are fighting their hearts out. They're sending over reinforcements as well. Look at, they're gonna just flow in more and more troops. But the British are breaking. I don't think, yeah, they broke. And the French maintain control of this building. So at this point, guys, they don't even have to take this building. They have 4 points against the enemy's 2, or the coalition's 2. You know, the coalition still holds this one. Props to the coalition, never losing this house. Good for you. But unfortunately, oh, and then this unit's breaking, and I think, I mean, you know, for in the league, I don't think you get extra points if you get a lot of points for, you know, if it's like a total domination. I'm not sure. But yeah, the British, they got nothing. I think the British, with what they have left, they're going to push and try to take this building. But they've got 3 minutes to do it. I don't think it's going to happen. And this is really a race for the buildings. But this is definitely going to be a French victory, I think, at this point. It's hard to think that the British have the ability to take back this this structure. It's so well defended by the French at this point. So it really is going to come down to this British attack here. We got a general completely out of position. Look at this. He's going to kill this general. So this is a moral victory here. Killing the general like this. Gotta get him out of there. He's like, what are you doing, man? Pay attention. Pay attention. So yeah, if this holds up, the Izmailovski, man, I can't even say these team names. Izmailovski. Izmailovski. That team who's not in the top, they're not in the top, guys, are going to take down the top team, Hitler. Is it a big deal? I don't know. No, it is a big deal. It's a nice win for a team that's trying to gain some points. But Hitler has such a strong lead in the leaderboard right now. I don't think this is devastating for him. There's that. Oh, they're using round shot. Yeah, they're trying to scare them out of there, and they might be going for a bayonet charge. So this is going to be a 5-1, I think. If they take this, they've got a minute 54 to take it. The British aren't... There's no way. There's just no way the British are taking this building. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And even the Spanish are starting to break here, even though the enemy is far away from them. Oh, they're getting shot by artillery. That's why. I think he's just going to shoot it and destroy it because he already knows he can't take it, so he might as well try to kill all the units inside of it. I think that's his mindset. And look at this. They've surrounded this building. They're firing on all sides. If they just charge in from every direction, I think that would be enough to take this building. We'll go ahead and fast forward here a little bit. There we go. I think they also... I think if you damage it a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier to take. Building is on fire.
Running, sir.
And there we go. Another building taken. So it is going to be a 5-1 victory for the Imperial Army. The Izmailovski. They take it. And the Hiller leading team, Hiller, is going to be defeated here. And yeah, a good victory for the underdogs. A great victory for the underdogs. And now we just wait for the timer to run out, and there it is. There is that timer. So, and it's not ending. That's awkward. Okay, there it is. So here's the results, guys, of the battle. Just want to give a big GG to all the teams here involved, all the players, which we looked at the beginning, at the intro of this battle. Guys, be sure to get involved with this league. It's very cool. I love NTW3, and it's cool to see competitive battles. So I have a link to their Discord in the video description. I'll probably have a pinned comment as well. But yeah, this was very much a tough battle. It was a tough battle for me because for some reason words are hard today, just like they are every day. Every day is a battle, you know? It's a battle. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.